Hi guys! Muli, ito po ang Tuesday Hugot with Stevie at ito naman po ang ating pag-uusapan. You know what? The gospel talks about salt. And Christ said, salt losing its saltiness is worthless. So, papaano ba yun? Now, before that, we ask ourselves, bakit sa dami-dami ng mga substances ay salt ang ginamit ni Christ? In fact, when He addressed His disciples, He said, "You are the salt of the earth." Bakit salt? What's so special about salt? For one, we can say that since Jesus is really a good teacher, he would always use visual aids. Things that we commonly see, and so that when we see that, we remember the lesson that he gave to us. So I'm sure after this, when we see salt, it will have a different meaning to us or a deeper meaning. Okay, so salt. Salt is very common and it's always seen in the kitchen. I, for one, always use salt to add flavor to what I cook. So we can always say that salt is a good seasoning. It adds flavor to whatever you are cooking. And since the time of Christ, okay, salt has been used by men, okay, to give flavor to what they are eating. So that's one. Salt, okay, common. At the same time, it's used to add flavor. And when Christ addressed us as we are the salt of the earth, we are to provide flavor to wherever we are. So that's the challenge, no? Being salt. But there's more, no? Sabi nga, fishermen are familiar with this. The use of salt is not just to add flavor, but the use of salt preserves. Okay? People would use salt to preserve the fish that they caught. And so there's something in the salt, okay, that causes preservation. Imagine preservation. Okay, how it prevents something from being spoiled. So we have flavor, we have preservation. But you know what? Salt is also used as cleansing agent. You know, I read in one of the things concerning salt. Okay, if there's a stain in your pots or pans, okay, after cooking, you just add salt in the water while still hot, and then it will be easy to clean that pot, okay, or that pan. And I've tried this all the time. I will always put salt so that it will be easier for me to clean the pots and the pans. So, salt could be something for flavor, also for preservation, and so for cleansing. Now, athletes would always use salt, okay, to thirst, no? Yun yung something that we use, especially for athletes or one who hikes, does a lot of walking. They simply have salt, and it will quench the thirst, no? The things that we need, that our body need. There's something really in the salt. It is a compound, no? And one thing about salt is a combination of, I think, no, I'm not really that sure, pero I think it's a combination of both the organic and inorganic chemicals, no? or substance. So just imagine a combination of these two would produce something that would give flavor, something that would give uh, provide preservation, or even something that will add cleansing. Okay, so these are some of the things that we have salt as its usage. And not only that, I remember if you add salt in a place where there are ants would be driven away. I don't know why, but they hate salt. So salt could also be used to drive out pests or enemies. Okay? And see, this is now the context that Christ is saying if we are to be the salt of the earth. Okay? We are to provide flavor wherever we are. We are to preserve, to protect wherever we are. We are to provide the cleansing wherever we are. Okay? And we are to drive the enemies wherever we are. That's the power of salt. Just imagine, just little bit of salt, okay, could do great wonders. And just imagine, we are just ordinary people. You could say we are just ordinary soul, but we can do wonders. And that's the beauty of observing the ordinary time. Okay, these are ordinary days, but with God, it could do great wonders. So seeing ourselves as salt, someone to give flavor wherever we are. When people are around us, they like to be with us because of the flavor that we have. And as they are being drawn closer to us because of the Christ in us, what happens? They are also being preserved. Just like salted fish being preserved from spoilage. Just imagine, our presence signifies preservation. Wow. And I was thinking that salt could be something to be used, okay, to prevent COVID-19. Because salt is also being used to drive out pests. I don't know if I could do some inventions or research in lab. Maybe I would try salt, okay, as an antidote to this COVID-19. Because there's something in this salt that really produces great wonders. And this one thing, salt, when you place in water or soup, okay, the salt dissolves and merges with the soup. That's why it gives the flavor. So that's how we are. We are to dissolve ourselves so that we can give flavor. We are to dissolve ourselves so that we can protect. We are to dissolve ourselves so that we can drive out the pests or the enemies. And this is now the challenge. What if we lost our saltiness? Christ said salt is good, but if it lost its saltiness, then what's the worth of the salt? So how do we lose our saltiness? Maybe if we're not going to use the salt. When we lose the things that what we're supposed to be, we stop doing it, then it's like having no salt at all. If we stop sharing the flavor in our lives because of Christ, then salt has lost its usage. If we stop protecting or preserving people through our prayers, through our presence, then we lost our saltiness. And if we stop protecting people, okay, driving out the enemies, then we lost our saltiness. So something, yes, even if we stop allowing ourselves to be used, no, as instruments to do cleansing. Okay, kasi nga salt is also used to clean something. Then we cease becoming salt. The time of Epiphany is manifestation of Christ. But not Christ himself already, but Christ through us as the body, as his body. Make use of our hands, make use of our lips, make use of the whole body, so that through us, the world will know Christ. So, the challenge now for us, anong hugot natin? Continue to become asin. Huwag tayong, let's not get tired of becoming salt. Continue to be the flavor, continue to be the preservative, continue to be the cleanser, and continue to be the pesticide, so to say. Because those are some usages of salt. Where in our school, office, or even in our homes, because of Christ in us, continue to be the flavor. We are the salt. It makes something bland, okay, taste better because of salt. So if life is dull, we add flavor. Just a smile, just a tap on the back could already improve one's life. Or even in online, no? Sa mga GCs natin, a hi, okay, a hello to someone we have not have any contact could bring joy. Okay, sabi nga when we smile, okay, it could change someone's life. Who knows? I heard this joke, no, who knows? Now when you smile at somebody, okay, this particular person would have hope. Okay? He might be thinking already of committing suicide, but when he sees you smiling at him, nabuhayan siya. Bakit? Kasi ano sabi niya? Aba, may mas pangit pa pala sa akin dito. No? Okay? Joke, no? Pero, yun, our smile could give flavor already to someone we do not know. A cashier maybe who was really tired, and when we go to that cashier, we smile, then that could change the countenance of that cashier, or the waiter, or anyone who seems to be working very hard. The frontliners, okay, a smile. Then, how about protection? It's through our prayers. When we pray, we guard. We put a hedge of protection over people whom we are praying for. How about cleansing? Okay, it's also through our prayer and intercession. Through cleansing of our lives, through cleansing of the society, through cleansing of the community. Kasama na rin yung being pesticide, driving out the ants. Okay, we guard. We are always on guard against the enemies. Protecting our loved ones, our families, our friends, or even the people we do not know. Through our prayers, we can be that. Kaya I remember last Sunday that the one portion there was Christ Though he was so busy during the day, actually during the night, he would wake up very early in the morning just to pray, where he would regain his strength. Waiting on the Lord will always restore the strength. And I'm very sure, when Christ was praying, he was not just praying for himself beyond that, but really praying for others. And that's make him salt. And tayo din, we are to be the salt. So the challenge is for us not to lose the saltiness, but to continue to have that flavor, continue to be that protection, to continue to be that cleanser, or even the pesticide. So anong hugot natin ngayon, guys? Ako ay asin. I am salt. Okay? I give flavor. I provide protection. I provide preservation. I keep something from getting spoiled. Okay? I am also a cleanser. Okay? I can be used to clean the lives of others. And finally, I am sort of pesticide. I drive away ants in our lives. So yun lang, guys. Thank you and have a great day. See you again next Tuesday for our Tuesday Hugots with Stevie. Don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and subscribe to this channel and be blessed. Yun lang. Bye-bye.